I'm Percy Dovetonsils. On this date in 1057, Macbeth, the King of Scotland, was killed slain by the son of King Duncan. Son of a king. I'm not saying the news was slow back then, but it took 500 years for William Shakespeare to write about it. Napoleon Bonaparte was born on this date in 1769. I don't mean to say he was short, but he was often mistaken for half of his brother. The dental chair was patented on this date in 1848. It wasn't easy. With all the paperwork, it was like pulling teeth. The famous actress Ethel Barrymore was born in 1879. She was so talented producers felt like they had two choices when hiring an actress, regular or Ethel. Crisco was introduced by Procter & Gamble on this date in 1911. After all these years, I didn't realize you could also use it for cooking. On this date in 1914, the first ship sailed through the Panama Canal. There was a little straining, but otherwise, it was easy. And really, who among us has not blamed a passing ship? A local store baked something special for the passengers to enjoy the canal locks with bagels. In 1939, 80 years ago today, The Wizard of Oz premiered at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, California. The first part of the movie was spent hearing complaints about why it wasn't in color. The Lullaby League sponsored the premiere. In case you were wondering, the Munchkins did get in for half price. Critics said the movie would only be a hit when monkeys fly. The movie knocked it out of the park somewhere over the rainbow. In honor of that special occasion, the first half of today's show was in black and white. It was a total success. On this date in 1945, gas rationing ended after World War II. If we had stayed on it, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in today. In 1965, the Beatles played in front of their largest crowd ever, 56,000 plus, in Shea Stadium in New York City, grossing $304,000. I'm doing the math here, that's an average of $5.42 a ticket. Woodstock opened at Yasgur's Farm on this date in 1969. The tricky thing about Woodstock, if you were there, you probably need to remember you were there. It was a fantastic sight, thousands of people gathered to celebrate love and music. Sort of like an Osmond family picnic. On this date in 1971, President Nixon ordered a 90-day freeze on wages, prices, and rent. Where was this presidential freeze when my house value was falling? Or, the 90-day wage and price freeze came with nuts on top. In 1999, Tiger Woods won the PGA Championship. Does that seem like a long time ago, or what? National Leathercraft Day, National Lemon Meringue Pie Day, and National Relaxation Day are today. Jennifer Lawrence turns 33 today. She had quite a scare while filming The Hunger Games. While shooting the film's underwater stunts, Lawrence suffered from an ear infection that resulted in a brief loss of hearing. Joe Jonas, the Jonas brother with the most redundant name, turns 34 today. Emily Kinney turns 38 today. She's best known as Beth Green in The Walking Dead. For that matter, she's only known for that. Ben Affleck turns 51 today. He's married to J.Lo, you don't need any gifts. He used to be married to Jennifer Garner. She knows what used to be in his wallet. His first acting job was in a PBS series called The Voyage of Mimi. I'm going to assume he wasn't Mimi. The Grace of Will and Grace, Deborah Messing, who does a mean Lucille Ball, turns 55 today. As they say, where there's a will, there's a grace. Larry Matthews turns 68 today. He was Richie, the little kid on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Man, that seems like more than half a century ago. Wait. It was. Queen Elizabeth's daughter, Princess Anne, if you watch The Crown, the unhappy party girl, turns 73 today. That would make her eligible to retire had she ever started working. Pat Priest, one of the Marilyns from the Munsters, turns 87 today. She's closer to Grandpa's age, although he was 236. She looks more like Lily these days. And finally, 29% of us say socializing leads to stress during the holiday season. I figured out a way around that. I go to parties, but I don't socialize. With exciting facts to clutter your mind, I'm Percy Dovetonsils, for KDAZ, Digital Broadcasting. And thanks for listening.